Welcome back to the channel, everyone. My name is Darth Slone, and I'm an avid Kentucky fan. Go Big Blue. Go Wildcats. These are the type of fish, guys, that you're going to start off catching. The game progresses you slowly. So we're not going to get into the tutorials or anything over on Golden Ridge. This video is going to focus on how to actually catch fish. So you need to be able to set your poles up. So here's the gear, for example. If I want to set this pole up, you know, the quickest way to clear a pole off, just do this. Select something else, boom, it's gone. Okay. Set up a jig head spinning rig. So let's do that. Right there, I select my fairest of them all, which you guys will not have starting out, but whatever pole you're using. There you go. Rumpelstiltskin, my rod. Now, here's the line. I wanted to show you guys this in case you didn't know. I didn't know this for a long time. To figure out the biggest line you can put on a pole, you look at the rod and you look at max line strength. See there, 13.23 pounds. So that's why I'm putting that on. Now, if I'm going for something like a bluegill, I'm going to start off like probably with a, well, bluegill or black crappie, anything like that. If you look at the smaller fish, a number 8 will normally catch you silvers, usually. And I'm just going to put a tube on. Okay. Now let's look at the black crappies. What I'm going to target here. Minnow, lake mix, tube. So what's that lake mix? Let's go back and look at our gear right here. When you look at this little fish, you click on that. This right here, the hand, actually, right under my face here, these are slingshots. This middle one, the hand, if I put that on there, if I click on that, I can throw out, see that throwable bait? Where's that lake mix at? There it is. So I can equip that, and we'll get back to that here in a minute when we go fishing. But I'm going to throw that lake mix out there, and we're going to catch some fish. Okay. I'm going to show you, at least I hope it's the right time of day to get a few bites. May not be the right time of day for a diamond. I'm not really sure. I can't remember. It's been a while since I fished for these. But right here is my favorite place to fish for black crappie. Kyla introduced me to that spot. We are focusing on how to catch fish. Now, if you are an experienced player, this video is not for you as good. But I do call on you guys to help me. If there's anything I've left out of this video, let me know in the comments, if you please. Over here on the left, what I'm doing right now is I just hit the Q button. This is on PC. I don't know what button on console. But I click on that. I want to use the hand because that's absolutely free. Now, this area around this rocky area here, again, I'm right here off Verklempt Clump. I'm coming over here. And this is my favorite spot to fish for them. Now, you see that little cast bar? I want to show you something real quick. Options. Accessibility. Okay, accessible cast. Turn that on and you'll get that little cast bar that I just used for fishing. I'm going to hit the number 2 button because that's where that rod is. So you guys need to memorize that. And do a little practice casting to get your cast to land near that bait ball, because that's attracting the fish over. It might take a minute to attract some black crappie. See over on the left, space bar to jig. So that's what I've hit. I've already got a bite, and I was just leaving it there. Okay? I just left it there. I didn't reel in or nothing. There's jigging. There's a silver black crappie. I can put my speed. Notice my speed down there in the bottom left. 1 times, 2 times speed. It's default on 3 times. I'm going to drop it to 1 times. While it's jigging, I'm going to start reeling it in. And I think I'll do a pretty good job, hopefully, of attracting another fish between the bait ball and my boat. Let's see. If not, I'll just need to recast. There we go. I did. I got me another bite right there. And look here. Now we have caught a yellow perch. Now you will come, yellow perch probably be one of the first diamonds you get. It's one of those fish don't really target a lot, but you get a lot of those accidental diamonds there. Now that is how you use the jigging method. Okay. I want to show you something else. Let's say I want to switch this pole over to float fish. So it's on jigging right now. So instead of sitting here and clicking all this, taking it off and everything, let's just hit the float. That gets us to the floating setup. Same pole. See there? Same pole. Want to keep that 8 hook on there. And let's look again. Was it minnow that they like? These black crappie? Minnow. Yes, it was. Same pole. Let's throw that lake mix out there again. Let's use the same pole. Now I've thrown past it a little bit. I got it around the same. I like for it to be a little bit past the bait ball. It seems like it cuts down on that nibble and leave. But here we're getting a little nibble right now. And we were getting another nibble as we caught that one. There we go, another black crappie. So that's how you float fish. You just throw it out there, wait. Now let's say I want to use this pole. This is what's good about spinning poles, is you can use those poles to do everything but bottom fishing. They're more versatile, but they don't get as big as the bait caster. So that's the balance factor of the game. So if I want to change it to a lure spinning setup, I hit OK. Choose the same pole. Now I'm going to, what am I going to catch? So let's see what we can do here with the crankbait now. I'll throw this lake mix back out there. I'm just going to throw past it a little bit. I'm going to drop it down to a speed of 2. Notice how I did that. Bottom left, put on a speed of 2. You'll see that a lot of fish, you can catch most fish on speed of 2. Now, some of them are kind of lazy. Rainbow trout, and they're kind of lazy and slow. You could even drop it down to a speed of 1 on some of these fish. So I'm just constantly reeling here. We're just now getting around the bait ball. And you got to remember too, we just fast traveled here, so that could reset the fish. It might take a couple, 2 or 3 casts to attract them again. At the end of the day, they may just not be ready for a crankbait right now. You might, Johnny Crowbro, Scarecrow's brother, did a little study on different times of the day. Some of these fish prefer different baits and lures, so. But that is how you use the crankbait. Hello, my name is Darth Slone. Do you suck at fishing? Are you struggling to catch diamond fish? If so, get yourself a Darth Slone mug. That's good coffee. You'll still suck at fishing, but you'll have coffee in a cool mug. Now, as far as bottom fishing, let's look. We got the black crappie is what we've used for all this. See, we got minnow here. But when you hit tab on PC, see here, it's just going to show 3 baits. But when you hit tab, look there, there's that minnow lake mix too, but then look at all this other stuff. See there? Now you've got pellets regular. That is a bottom fishing only. You can't float fish with that. Same with artificial corn yellow, same with corn, same with dog biscuits, natural boilies, imitation dog biscuits. That's all bottom fishing stuff right there. So I can't set a spinner up for that, but I can a bottom fishing rod. There's the Cetro Del Rey I was talking about. That's a big one, you know. 66-pound line you can put on it, but 60-pound braided is what everybody puts on them. Now here's the North Pole. That is set up to bottom fish. I'm actually going to just throw a number 10 hook on there just so we can catch something maybe. And that is my 5th pole. So on PC, I'm going to hit 5 to pull that pole out. But first, I'm going to hit Q. Come over here and hand throw some lake mix out there. Then I'm going to hit 5. This is my North Pole that we just put a number 10 corn on. And I'm just going to, you just throw it out there and let it sit there. We got us a bite already. What we have looked at so far at this point is float fishing rig, lure spinning rig, jig head spinning rig, and bottom fishing rig. All right, guys, one of the final things that we are going to learn is how to fight a fish using your tension, which is going to happen once we hook up. You're going to see that circle down in the bottom right. Now, imagine that as a clock. 12 o'clock straight up, 6 o'clock straight down, 3 o'clock to the right, 9 o'clock to the left. So 9 o'clock, if you can keep it around 9 o'clock, that's ideal. It's going to be like in the pink. If it goes past 9 o'clock, it starts getting in the cherry red, deep red. If you stay in that for too long, it's going to snap your line. We got 13-pound line. I'm using number 4 swim bait, and we see stop and go as the number 1. So I'm going to do that just to show you. Just going to do a cast out there, and we're going to do this stop and go. So a full bar, letting it off on end. Sometimes it gets a little hard to keep up with, especially when you're talking. A lot easier to do stop and go when you can put your full attention on it. But that is the number 1 method with the swim bait. And we've got a bite. Help me. This one's not too bad, okay? This one's actually, I was hoping I would get something that would at least take me cherry red. So this one's not too bad, okay. There we go. That's a small bronze northern pike, 2 pounds. Now their number 1 is the jerk bait. So I'm going to twitch that. And I just hit the control button and twitch that in constant reel. That makes it a lot easier. That stop and go is pretty hard to do. But you do have pretty good results with the swim bait using that. Let's see how big of this one is. No, this one's not too big. I may want to just go ahead and put me a number 3 on because that's the silver hook. Not too bad. All right, so it looks like we've hooked into a pretty good one here. This is a better fight. It took me to cherry red a little bit. So I've got my finger over on the Z button. The Z button is your oh crap button. You know, that's the one because you may need to let some tension off. This one hit hard and then it just kind of, it wasn't too bad. So, there we go. All right, Z button. He really, if I had left that in the red, he might would have broke me off there. So I had to back it off. And again, just a 9-pound pike will fight a lot harder than a 12-pound muskie. Just know that. All right, guys, so that is how you catch those fish that bite and maybe they're a little bigger than what you were expecting. You got to pay attention to the left and the right in the bottom to make sure that you can hold it around that 9 o'clock area. Sometimes you might have to drop down to 5% drag even if you're on a small pole and you get a surprise bite by a big fish. And then sometimes you have to let off from reeling. Just watch that tension. Try not to let it go too much past 9 o'clock. If it stays in the cherry red for like 3 or 4 seconds, it's going to snap your line. So you want to make sure that you can keep it down to around 9 o'clock, 8, 9 o'clock. That's the preferred range to tire that fish out. Pump it. You can let it go up into the cherry red for just a split second to help tire it out quicker. But remember, the oh crap button is Z if you're on PC. That's when you're like, okay, it's going to snap my line Z. You know, you hit Z. Sometimes just taking 5% off does it just enough to drop it out of that cherry red. But that's the experience part of the game. You know, you don't want to just go after the big fish immediately. Get used to those small fish, work your way up, and then be patient on those legendary fish, guys. Just be patient. You know, you might be able to catch Store Henrik, might be able to catch the koi, maybe Goldstein. Goldstein will give you all you want, though. But the key is to go and look at that souvenir shop. Look and see what's the next pole that you can buy and let that determine the map you fish on. based on the amount of diamond tokens and legendary tokens and gold tokens that you have. Pick out, what am I going to buy next? Let it be rods and reels should be your priority at first. And then maybe tackle slots as well, because that's something that, especially the tackle slots that don't really cost a lot, you want to get those so that you can hold more things on your inventory, right, dads? Anyway, guys, I hope this helps you to understand the game more. If you just picked it up for Christmas or over the holidays, this is something that will really help you out. I hope that this helps you catch fish. We'll go for the end game stuff later, but this should get you started on all the different techniques and how to catch fish. My name is Darth Slone. Catch a live stream, guys. At 10,000 subscribers, we had a big, huge celebration, done some giveaways. So thank you for 10,000. At 50,000 subscribers, we're going to give away a brand new Xbox Series X, guys. So we're growing. You guys can help me get there. Tell your friends, come over here, join the top 5 competition. I have videos on that. My name's Darth Slone. We'll catch you in the next one.